Been working all day, but it is now quitting time because it's getting very nasty out. I've been working in the back today. Um, Basically, we've had fluctuating winds between 20 miles an hour and probably gale force. No rain. Um, Not yet anyway, but it's a brewing. And right now it's not really safe to be under the trees. I trimmed up all of the low-hanging stuff that I could reach on the cedar tree so that my roses and my hydrangea could get some sun. I cleaned out this entire area. This is my pretty much natural stuff that I just let to grow, but it was really overgrown. I had forsythia and my high bush cranberry bushes and my hydrangea. They were all overcrowding everything. So I've gotten it about 2/3 done. I concentrated specifically on this section. I've got to dig out my butterfly bush stump eventually, but it is solid, so I don't even know if that's going to happen. Might need somebody in here with a chainsaw. Let's see. Got all in here. And I've got lilies. I've got lilies with my red rose bush. Trimmed off all of the pieces that were overhanging the walkway. And I've got my burning bush that is going into flower. These are my pink iberis next to the white one that has ceased blooming. But as you can see, I opened that space up considerably. I've got daylilies back there. I've got tall phlox. I have lemon balm. I have a huckleberry bush that isn't doing very well. I have 3 forsythia bushes. I have 3 little princess spireas that flower pink. I have my high bush cranberry back there. And I also weeded out and shored up my panicle hydrangea. Clipped off all the old stuff that wasn't needed anymore and got it so that it's not draping down on the ground. I've got another one there that has reseeded, and I'm going to be digging that up, I think, and putting in one of the gardens out front. It loves this spot, but this is just going to be overcrowded if I let it go. And I've got daisies in there, and I have a volunteer holly that's got to be taken out of there. This is a good size for it to be transplanted. It doesn't like it when it gets bigger. There we go. It's right next to the daisy. And I'll be trimming up my my tea rose soon, so it'll flower again. Got my bellflowers that are blooming very nicely. I also did this area over here and got a lot of stuff out. We have bindweed that grows so prolifically out here. And it's a wild morning glory. The bells you hear are the cats. It's a wild morning glory that will strangle everything. And it grows on a long leader that goes underground, and then it goes up on anything it can climb on. And I got some stuff out from underneath here. I've still got a lot more to do under my lilacs, but I do see a peony under there. Look at that. There's a peony. So I think I'm going to cut off some of the lower branches on a couple of the lilacs here and trim those up and expose the peony so that maybe next year it'll flower. Put that in before the lilacs, actually. And I think it's flowered once. I don't even remember what color. So I've got ton of stuff to do in this corner. I pulled some of the weeds out of this area here. I shored up my Shonders, actually, Chinese pistache tree, because that was leaning over like my hawthorn. And I'm all out of big, strong metal stakes, so I had to go with a couple of bamboo and a couple of wooden ones and do a makeshift thing. That took a while. But looking over in this direction, there is tall phlox, there's hollyhocks, and it'll be interesting to see what color they are. My Japanese pyrus, and I can look back on my roses, and I'm just really happy with what I got accomplished today, because it was a lot of bending over and weeding. Unlike the past few days where it's been bending over, sweeping, and picking up pine cones and seeds. I'm letting the seeds go in the back until the very last thing, because I've already done it twice. And I do have cedar trees back here. So anyway, next is going to be this little corner. I'm going to find my rhubarb. And I do have on my, now there are some blackberries that are flowering that I will be clipping out. But my kiwis are flowering too, both the male and the female. So I'm hoping possibly to get some kiwis this year. It would be nice. It's been, I think this is year number 5 or 6, and they said 5 or 6 years, and they would. So I'm going to get in there and pull the weeds and give them water and see what happens. But yeah. And I also trimmed up the cedar tree here, or not cedar, the pussy willow tree. Because that has to be done every couple of years because it gets so large. And I'll probably be trimming the top once again because I don't want it going over the neighbor's fence like it did before. Because then I have to get a ladder, and it's harder than heck to get it pulled back away from there. And their fence is falling down anyway. So I don't need to push it down. So there's the cat playing. And I am quitting for today. I'm going to grab my rake that's in here so that the animals don't trip on it. But as you can see, I've done a lot. Well, maybe you can't see because I didn't do a before picture. But all that was weeds and blackberry starts and lots of forsythia, but mostly weeds. So I will call it over and out from Lynn's Garden in Port Orchard, Washington. And it is about ready to get rainy. But I like that the pistache tree is upright now and it's not bending over. It isn't going to fall out or tumble over like the hawthorn did. So I am going to take the cloudy skies and say goodbye for now, and we'll see what Sunday brings. Bye-bye.